is Rachel. I'm a homeschool mom to two boys, grades 3rd and 5th, and we are just about to start our middle school years in our homeschool journey with my oldest son going into 6th grade soon. Today's video is going to be, however, about my younger son who will be starting 4th grade. I'm going to be showing our 4th grade curriculum picks for the 2024-2025 school year. In one of my earlier videos, I talked about how we are year-round homeschoolers, and so that means that our school year goes all the way to the 3rd week of June, and then we take 1 week off to do the state test that's required for the state of Washington, and then starting the 1st week of July is when we start our new school year. So if a curriculum pick video seems a little early, that is why. February, March, April is my season of researching and buying curriculum. And so I have stacks upon stacks of things here in my office. My stacks have stacks, and there's a lot here, and so I'm excited to finally do this video so that I can get these put away for our next school year starting in July. So for the very first subject is going to be math. Now I also did a video about Matthew C's AIM addition and subtraction kind of math box, and that was for my currently 3rd grader, and I think that we've been enjoying it. It's been extremely helpful, and we are working right along through all the lessons, and we're still using it. It's going well. However, he wanted to stick with the good and the beautiful for math. So he will be doing the math 4 from the good and the beautiful. This is the first one that does not have a math box. One thing that this math 4 starts with are right here for the math video lessons, which are about less than 10 minutes. My older son has the math lesson videos for his current one, and my younger son actually is really intrigued by them. He'll often stop what he's doing to go watch to see what his older brother is watching, and so I know that he's going to enjoy having the math videos. Again, they're like 10 minutes, but they're engaging. They always kind of have a theme. One thing that I am personally liking is just the layout of this is so different than their math 3. To me, I feel like the good and the beautiful's math 3 has a lot of fluff, and not in a bad way, but in a way where I think it's a bit too distracting for my son. And so I think that this is going to be a really good change. I'm really enjoying the way it looks. It still has a lot of beautiful and fun pages. He watched the video of this because we watch curriculum videos together. And so he was really intrigued by some of these pages. I'll just show you some of these. So it's still colorful, it's still engaging, but it's a lot less. It's a lot less than their math 3. So I think for what I'm looking for and what he needs and is looking for, I think that math 4 is going to be really wonderful. It also comes with the mental math. So with these, every day, we'll pull it up. He will do one of these lessons, and while I'm holding it, I have the other side with the answers. Now, when he has completed all of these, he gets to go to the very back where they have the stickers and the grid. And when he has fully completed his year of math, there's a story here for him to go through, and the stickers with the math grid go along with the story in some way. For language arts, we will be staying with the good and the beautiful. So we have level 4 for the good and the beautiful. And this year, he has a separate book specifically for spelling and writing. So with each lesson, he'll have a few pages in here, and then he'll have a page or two in here where it's either going through spelling or writing. It alternates each day. Here is one lesson. So it's that page, front and back. These aren't going to take as long as his level 3, but that's because he has the other book. I'll go through that in a second. The other thing that level 4 brings in is the use of oil pastels. And so this son loves to do art, loves to color, and so I think he will really enjoy. Let me see if I can find one. Will be just off of an art lesson. And it gives step-by-step instructions on how to do that art with oil pastels. Now, we have done this level before with my older son, and I really think that the Good and the Beautiful kind of upped their game with spelling when it came to this. So much though that I have decided not to continue the Evan Moore building spelling skills this year. I think that it's really not necessary anymore. That is, Evan Moore we've loved and we've used probably for 3 years, but because level 4's language arts kind of has this added, I don't feel that it's necessary anymore. So here's a couple examples. Here is a writing workshop for one lesson, and then the next lesson will be spelling. So there's a lot of beautiful things in here, very colorful. I really enjoy going through these pictures myself with them. And then the other thing that goes with level 4 are their readers. We went ahead and saved these. These were the ones my older son used, so I didn't have to repurchase them. That is another perk for sticking with the same curriculum company every year. There are some things that you can just reuse. So he has his level 4 reader and then World Biographies reader to go with it. We will continue handwriting with the Good and the Beautiful. This will be his 2nd year of doing cursive. Now there was some things I did want to add this year, which also went with my decision to stop the Evan Moore spelling. I wanted to work on his grammar, so I went ahead and got the Fix It Grammar nose tree. This is level 1. We've done this before with my older child when he was in 3rd grade, so now my second one will be doing it for his 4th grade. And with my older son, we broke this up to just twice a week, and it's meant for 4 days, but they're so simple that it's really not that hard to smush it together. So for Fix It Grammar, they will show you what needs to be fixed here, and they give you a number even of how many of each correction to make. He'll fix it, and then he will rewrite it. These words that are in bold, they are going to look up in the dictionary, and they'll have a notebook to keep all of their dictionary vocabulary words. So that was one day. And then this is a 2nd day, so that will be easy enough to do in one sitting. We will be doing this twice a week. One other thing that I did want to add is creative writing, and so I went ahead and grabbed the Good and the Beautifuls. This is great for grades 3rd through 8th, and this is notebook number 1. They also have a 2nd one, so if this goes really well this year, I'll go ahead and pick up the 2nd one for next year. So this will just encourage, in different ways, creative writing. For Bible, we're going to be staying with Positive Action curriculum that I got off of Christian Books, bookstore.com. I did a whole video flip through of this, and so this is the son who told his doctor that Bible was his favorite subject in school, which prompted me to stick with what has been working really well. If you want to know more about this, there's a whole video just on this curriculum where I have 4 different grades that I walk through, that I flip through. Grades 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th. Now, this past school year, without meaning to, it just kind of happened. I realized that I didn't pick any family subjects this year, and so everything that my boys have been doing has been separated per grade level, which isn't bad, but I kind of missed it. And so my next three are going to be family subjects that we're going to be doing with older brother as well. Now, for geography this last year, he has been using master books. What is it called? I don't remember what it's called. I'll look it up. But it's their 50 states curriculum. I was not overly impressed with it. And so I have decided to do Not Grass, our 50 states. And I thought that it would be helpful to repeat the 50 states fresh off of this year. Again, I just wasn't that. I think it can be wonderful, but for us, it just kind of fell a little flat. I don't think he's retained a lot, not as much as I would have liked. And so we are gonna do this one. Now, to go along with our 50 states, they also have an atlas book, which he will enjoy. And then the other thing I kind of wanted to do, and I'm not quite sure what this is going to look like, but while we're doing that, while I'm reading to my kids the 50 states, they'll have the atlas workbook that comes with the Not Grass curriculum. But I also got some other things that I kind of want to incorporate for specifically map skills to be able to find the states in the map. Now, these are a couple different things that I have bought. Not sure how all it's going to go, but I did get a coloring book to go with the state that we're doing. I got a sticker picture. I think that my older son is probably not going to be that into this, but that's okay. And then I got two different things. I'm probably only going to use one at a time instead of trying to incorporate them at the same time. I got Trick Geography. I'm still waiting for my order for the teacher's edition book of this to come in to kind of get a feel of how this is going to work. But this one seems to do a couple states at a time, so I'm not quite sure exactly how this is going to look. And then the other one I got is the Draw the USA. This one is one state at a time. And I think I kind of like this one better simply because I only had to buy one book, and then I'm just going to give them both a piece of paper, and so I only had to buy one. For this, they both needed their own, and then once I bought it, I realized you kind of need the teacher's guide to teach this, but that's okay. This is what a skill I'm going to try and work with my boys this year. Now for history, I don't have it here to show you, but I will be using Not Grass, My Star-Spangled Story. I think it's called their history. We have used it before. I already own it. We used it 3 years ago, and I lent it out to a friend. She's been using it this year, and I'll be receiving it back before our school year starts. But I wanted to do it again. I know that specifically my younger son probably didn't really retain anything, remember much, which is fine. He was young. Again, this was like 3 years ago. And so I am excited to see if they remember anything. But I did get an extra student workbook that I can show you. So they will have these to do every day with each lesson. But I thought that it would go really well. I was kind of trying to decide what to do for history, and since I'm choosing to redo the 50 states geography with my son, I decided to reuse a curriculum that I already own to save some money. And again, because it's been 3 years, I think that it'll still work really well for us. I am really impressed with the Not Grass curriculum. I loved, and we all loved the Star-Spangled Story when we did it the first time, and so I'm excited to do their geography. I know that I will probably be using some of their history and geography for their high school years, but I thought that it would still work out well to do this specific one for a second year for ourselves. But I will go ahead and put up a picture of what it looks like. It has a book of songs as well and a little CD player. Actually, it only works in our DVD player. That's something I do remember. It didn't work in our CD player, but if you can put it in the DVD player and you can play the songs that go along with the stories. They also have a book list. We did read one of the books on that book list. I might do another one. What else did it have? It had a lot of different components, and you can kind of just pick and choose what you want to do. So I may pick different things than we did last time, but I'm excited. I'll be getting parts of it back soon, and so I'll kind of make a plan of what that's going to look like for us. Last is science. So we have been using Master Books Science series, and we've been enjoying it. My older son has aged out of the books that he was using, and so I needed something different for him, and because I was still in this, I want to bring back our family subjects, I decided to get Master Books God's Design for Life. This is the first book out of their series of 4. This is for grades 3rd through 6. And so in this particular one, we'll go through the world of plants, the human body, and the world of animals. I think there's 35 lessons per section, but how that works out. And so the blue is what your 3rd through 5th grader would do in terms of an added assignment after the reading. And then flip the page. The green is your 6th through 8th graders dig deeper section. I really enjoy Masterbook for Science. I think that they do a wonderful job. It's bright, it's engaging, it's colorful, and so I'm excited to try this one out. Now, the last few things that I have bought for my soon-to-be 4th grader are new chapter books. With the Good and the Beautiful Language Arts, almost every lesson will prompt your child to have 20 minutes of personal reading time. And so what I have a box. This is my son. My kids are color-coded. Most parents do that. This is my blue son. And so I always have a basket of books for him to choose from, so when he finishes one book, he'll just pick out his next one. This last year, our family got introduced to the Winged Feather series, and that literally took over our lives. Everything that could be consumed from this series in terms of even the show to the added books, we have done. And the reason I bring that up is these are his books from this last year he didn't get to because the Winged Feather Saga series is kind of above his reading level, and so it took him a lot longer to get through those chapter books than my older son, and so he just has a lot left over that he never got to this year. But I had purchased him new ones. So I did go ahead and get the new book series from the Good and the Beautiful, the Badger Hills Farm. So I got this in a pack. This is for their 3rd grade reading level, but my kids do love mystery and adventure books, and so I went ahead and got those. Honestly, my older son will probably enjoy these as well. So I often will take books that my older son finished and just stick them into my younger son's if they're not too long and lengthy. Again, I wouldn't have chosen the Winged Feather Saga for this son, but he was really interested to get into it, and he got through it. So the other thing is this last year I did start the series of the Dead Sea Squirrels that he loves so much, and he asked for more. So if your child asks for a specific series, you tend to buy it because they're into it. So he has books 1 and 2, so I got book 3, and then there was a pack of book 4, 5, and 6. This is kind of what that looks like. And so I will, he's been going through these quite quickly, so hopefully there'll be some room for all of these new books soon. I am thinking of doing a video about chapter books that my boys love. I know that sometimes parents have a hard time finding books that boys love. My boys, they do enjoy reading, they do get lost in a book. So they do have a lot of favorite series. So I am thinking of doing a video soon about their favorite chapter books, and so I can go through what some of these are in that one. There are a few other little things that we'll be doing here and there. We do have morning time, which I haven't really talked to a whole lot about here. That is where we bring in what I'm kind of calling the character study, which was the not consumed Bible studies that I did a video on. We are doing the growing with God, which is the puberty study, which I've done a video on. We have a couple other read alouds. I have made Harry Potter into its own subject. I made a literature guide, and so we do that as well together once a week. That's kind of, I guess, included in morning time. And I did purchase a couple of new things to do for this upcoming school year to add to our morning time. That'll be a whole different video. But yeah, that is what I have. I will link what I can find, and if you have any questions, let me know. Thanks for watching. Bye.